Man, he can.
Yeah, so Terrell fooled Claire and said, I don't know if you noticed, but he has a twin brother who's in this movie, Michael C. Jordan. She believed him at first. It was great.
Oh, my God.
Like the parents were too.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
yeah.
If you're a geek, have a listen. We got the news. This week's edition. Talking movies, games, TV, and comics. Turn it up. Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks pod. Feel the Geeks. You're listening to the Feel the Geeks podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 230 of the Field of Geeks podcast. I'm Josh.
And Bill.
Steve.
How's it going?
Not too bad.
I haven't seen you for a bit.
I know. I
Welcome
think
back.
it was episode 130, I think, was the last
Oh
time.
my god, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that long. No.
This is the official dental hygiene podcast.
Yes.
230.
It is.
Yes.
Kidding.
Yes.
All right, that's my one bad joke.
It's funny you say that, though, because the last time I actually got a cleaning, I tried to set it up for that time.
Oh my gosh.
And there was just a little bit of silence on the phone.
Oh, my
She's
God.
like, how about 9:15? Okay, fine. That's not.
Did you say it like that,
Jesus.
or did you say 2:30?
I just said 2:30 normally.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
trying to be, Mr. Sly.
Yeah.
But then there was
I'm
a
gonna
pause.
use that next time.
Yeah.
Want to reschedule schedule out? Sure.
Yeah.
Screw that. I want my dental appointments to be as early as possible in the morning.
Just get it over with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because then by the end of the night, maybe you're not in pain, by the time you go to sleep.
Exactly.
already.
Maybe by then I can eat something solid.
Exactly.
Right. I know they want to be chatty, but why, when you have all this in my mouth, you asking me things?
You know what?
Honestly, you don't have to talk to me. It's
Yeah.
I went through 2 years of braces, and I hated that every single time. You're laying like flat back, choking on your own spit. Your mouth's wide open. They're like, "How was your weekend?" How do you hang on?
spit's coming out. Well, hey, Memorial Day is coming up this weekend. Long weekend. I'm excited. There's a lot of great films out there.
Yeah.
I am so behind right now. We just put out our Thunderbolts review. But yeah, this weekend, you got Mission Impossible coming out.
That looks good.
It does. And I've heard it's very long, so that might be the only bad thing. But if it's, I won't mind.
This
I like
is-
talking. The new generations are just like,
This is going to be the last one in the series, though, isn't it?
This is supposed to be.
for him, I think,
Yeah.
for sure. I'm sure down the road they'll,
Kind of get the feeling they're like trying to
Revive it.
yeah.
clear up all the loose ends and all that. It's
Yeah.
kind of nice to see that, like, pretty much the entire cast is coming back, though.
Yeah. I wonder if Jeremy Renner will be in there. I know he had his incident, so I don't know if while they were filming if they somehow put like a cameo, because I always thought he departed on bad terms, but I guess it was just he didn't want to be that far away from his family and all that. So
Yeah.
obviously he's from all accounts he's a true family man. He saved his nephew from that the snow auger or whatever, not auger.
Oh, I don't know.
He died basically. His book's out right now. Not that we're plugging it, but check it out. Great guy. But yeah, he didn't depart the series on bad terms as I thought, so maybe he'll come back in the future. I don't know. Lilo and Stitch is coming out. I don't know if you guys are huge fans of that cartoon animated film.
I love the original.
Yeah.
I did love the original. Maybe not the spin-off stuff so much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the
I don't
original
know.
was great.
I kind of feel the same way about... Well, I know it's DreamWorks, but I feel the same way about
Shrek.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh yeah.
And they're doing a remake of that,
Yep.
too. But
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know. The live-action remakes that Disney has done have been... Well, I'll say mostly misses.
Yeah.
I think Beauty and the Beast was
That's pretty
a good... I think was the best of them so far.
Yeah. I remember like Cinderella at the time, but I don't know how it holds up after all these.
Yeah.
Probably Haley Atwell's in it. That's probably why I liked it. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Aladdin was decent, but it just
Yeah. Yeah.
still...
Decent but unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like. So my daughter's favorite Disney movie was Lilo and Stitch. So we always love that. I've seen it 1,000 times.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
But I just from the previews alone, I feel like this might have some potential on the live side.
Yeah.
I don't know, just
Right.
because it looked kind of funny, And,
Sure.
And it's also one that is, I feel like making it a live adaptation is a little harder to screw up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like this was a safe one.
Yeah.
Well, they've
for
got
sure.
nowhere to go but up
Right.
for their live action stuff. So
Right. Yeah. It looks appealing. My daughter kind of fell out of love with Stitch, but she does want to see it, so maybe I'll take her to it.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, when the original one came out, I was like in my early 20s, and my friends were going to it, or they did go do it, and they said it's actually kind of adult. That's what they told me, because it is, right. Don't they have some jokes?
They always
they always
stuff
did
like
that
that.
with
Yeah.
Disney's always done
Yeah,
that.
I guess they have. I know they have fixed it over the years. When Stitch hides in the dryer, they fixed that now. It's like a hamper or something.
Oh.
'Cause
Yeah.
kids, they were afraid they would. Yeah,
Actually get in the dryer.
one of those, and maybe they did. I don't know.
Put their dogs
Well,
in the
kids
dryer
were eating
and-
Tide Pods, so
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There is hope. Was hope.
I wish I
guess,
would have kept
but-
eating them.
Yeah, right. Thin the herd. Thin
Right.
the herd.
Man.
That's what we say. I hope to catch at least Mission Impossible for sure. I might go. I'm off half day tomorrow. I might go to it and check it out because it's like 3 hours, like I said. So, yeah, it's gonna be a bit, but I got to see it. I want to see it.
It wouldn't be a bad one to see.
Last weekend, I believe, Final Destination Bloodlines came out. So right now, that's like number one at the box office. It's already made like over 50 million. That's good.
It's good for a franchise that deep into its
Right.
sequels.
And there's been a break for, I don't know how many years. Do you recall how many years?
So I don't, because this is the first one I've seen.
Oh, really? Okay.
I've never seen one.
Wow.
You know, and I was talking to Claire and Terrell, and I was like, well, do I need any history or backstory?
No.
And they're like, no, you're
Not
good.
really.
No.
So
The last one was pretty solid, and the one before I remember not liking, and that was supposed to be the final one, I think. And it just
Well,
sucked.
they do that all the time with horror movies. Like
Yeah.
they did it with Friday the 13th. They did it with
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, and hell, Jason now has a redesign. I don't know if you've seen it.
I did,
He looks
yeah.
like an elderly man.
Yeah.
All frail with a mask.
Weird.
It's like, did you really have to change Jason's design? Like,
no, Jason was pretty timeless.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, why mess with something if it's not, broken? Final Destination. Yeah, the last one felt like a return to form. Just how it was filmed and how clever it was. And the kills were more... They were still kind of corny, but they were more believable. They really got really silly with the kills.
Yeah.
Like, probably from three on or whatever. But
Yeah, as they kind
I
of
do want to see
experimented,
Bloodlines, though.
as they experimented more with like CGI and like 3D
Yeah.
technology and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I was like, oh my
You
god,
can tell
this is
that one
hokey
that's
as fuck.
3D for sure. It's like
Yeah.
always coming out at the screen, kind of like Jason Part whatever.
Oh,
Part
yeah.
3, yeah.
Thunderbolts. It's still chugging along. It's probably gonna. I mean, a lot of these are gonna probably get destroyed this weekend with these new releases. But Sinners. I still want to see. Counting 2.
Sinners was good.
Was it okay?
Yep.
I almost
I've seen a
debated
lot
going to
lately.
see.
I know. Lucky you.
I almost
was
debated
mean
going
to,
to
but
see
just-
that instead of seeing Thunderbolts twice.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I was like,
Gotcha.
I really need to
I know.
Yeah.
really need to figure this movie
Well, you knew
out.
where you're walking into the second time, so that was probably a positive.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I know I like it for sure, or I'll dig
Yeah.
it. Won't be a
Yeah,
waste of
well,
time, but
that's kind of a unique thing too, is
Yeah.
being able to like kind of pick out
yeah.
a couple different things you didn't notice the first time around.
Yeah,
Of
course, yes. Yeah, I like the Final Destination returning because right now you kind of have a resurgence with all this old IP. I mean, they're doing it with IP's been, constantly being updated and re-released and all that crap. I don't know if Halloween, the last 3 Halloween films predates Scream. When Scream came out,
I think it does, yeah.
So that kind of kicked off things.
Oh wait, no, I know which ones you're talking. I was thinking the Rob Zombie ones for
Oh, no,
for
yeah,
reason
yeah.
for some reason, but yeah,
What Rob Zombie ones?
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
No, the ones where they brought back Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Kind of about the same time, but
Kinda about
it
the
seemed
same
like
time.
they're kind of doing that. Like they're bringing the way they brought Jamie Lee Curtis's character back, and they tried to do that with Texas Chainsaw. That came out on Netflix, I believe. Never did catch it, but you could tell it was like a total copy of like.
Yeah.
It's the girl that ran away from him in the ending of the first one, and
Yeah.
she's still kicking. And not the same actress, but
I don't know. That's one
yeah.
franchise I think should have been one and done.
yeah. Well,
I mean,
I've only seen the first one.
I understand
the
the
remakes
like.
or anything.
I understand like the marketing or Hollywood at the time was like, let's squeeze as much
capitalize
milk out
on
of
it,
this
right?
Yeah.
tit we can, but
Yeah, because you got now. I know what you did last summer's coming out again. That looks pretty cool. I mean,
yeah. I never got into that.
I like the
Too-
first
too
one.
much.
Yeah, I think it.
Like, I think
a few
when
movies of that, but
that one came out,
Yeah.
I was more into Scream than I was
yeah, same.
anything. And then by then I was kind of like, okay, I've, you've seen one, you've seen them all kind of thing. But
Well, they're also bringing Urban Legends. I think they're gonna re-kick that or kickstart that up
that's
again.
another one I didn't really care
Yeah,
for.
Robert Englund being in it was cool though. He's the professor.
That was cool. I
Yeah.
always like to see those horror icons
Yeah.
come back, like Tony Todd with Final
Yes.
Destination.
Right.
Speaking of box office, Superman, it's going to come out. I know it will, but I guess there's another lawsuit that was just dropped by the is it Schuster estate? They possibly could hurt its release overseas. I think we'll be fine, but it'll be interesting.
Well,
yeah, we'll see.
yeah.
I don't know, but which sucks for the WB plan, right? Or
Yeah.
the James Gunn plan. Which if this, I think we all know if this movie doesn't, I think it'll do fine. I think
I'm sure
it'll
it
do
will.
well. But how much do they
It
put into
looks
it?
amazing.
It does. It really does. Yeah.
And then the people I see complaining about it are people that have clearly never read a Superman comic in their life.
Right.
They
Right.
want Superman the Punisher.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
stupid.
Right. Yeah.
Watch the Punisher.
Right.
Yeah.
They're different characters. Yes. Yes. I like his loose fitting suit kind of like maybe they'll tweak it with CG, but it reminds me of the early live action Superman, like how
Yeah.
they kind of had, it wasn't like really like a Speedo like
They were-
part. It was like trunks.
Yeah.
But it works kind of. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like, he's still fit.
Yeah.
And he doesn't need to be bulging out everywhere. I mean,
Right.
I know in the comics they take some liberties with that, like
Sure.
grossly overproportioned. But
Yeah, and it depends on the artist. Sometimes
Right.
you see Superman who looks like he's been on Ozempic for 6 years and
Right.
has lost most of his muscle mass. And then you
Right.
see other ones where he's more roided out than The Rock in this
Right.
movie coming up.
Well, isn't there a
Right.
ridiculous one of Captain America by some artist?
Liefeld.
Like, isn't his like chest
His,
like
his
It's so
like
dumb.
head is here, his chest is here, and his torso is here.
Yeah.
It's weird. Or
Can't even
I guess
move.
like his abs are here. I don't know.
You could set a drink on top of the
Right,
chest, right?
More stacked than Pamela
It's
Anderson.
like
Right.
it's like when you see those like big roided up dudes and someone like puts like a tape on their back and they can't get to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, opening weekend, it's just gonna destroy the box office.
Yeah.
I'm confident it will.
I hope so.
uh,
I really want it to succeed, and
I do too.
Yeah.
And more so because like I don't think we've had a good Superman movie in a while.
yeah,
I'll
like
say I liked Man of Steel for some of its
yes,
stuff. I liked Cavill.
Yeah,
He was a
I
good
did
Superman,
too, yeah.
but he was a little bit too broody,
yeah,
and it was a little bit I know that was kind of like the theme they were going for with that universe, but it was a little bit dark,
right,
like lighting wise.
Yeah.
I always picture like Batman being in the dark and like monotone,
yeah,
and then Superman being vibrant and
that would have been a better artistic take. I think is like when you're in Gotham, it's dark, and in Metropolis, it's like bright and
Yeah.
shiny. Even
Well,
when the
they-
characters cross over, they become that way. They're lit up better.
they kind of did that,
darker.
but yeah.
yeah.
I am looking forward to, though, I think with the bat suit that Gunn wants to go, or in Gunn's Batman universe, it's going to be more of like the gray and blue.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hope so I'm ready for that. Let's do
That'd be
it.
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah,
That would be good.
Embrace
Yeah.
it. I mean, they did that with Superman's trunks. That was the big,
Or
like-
even the gray and black,
Yeah.
like in the animated series.
definitely that. Like,
Oh,
as
yeah.
much
Like
as
something
I love-
that's not
yeah.
just. I do like, don't get me wrong, I do like the Batman. I like
Yeah.
his suit. Just like I liked, the first Bale suit.
Yeah,
Before they went with the ridiculous
Motorcycle.
suits in the next ones. But yeah, I mean, we have the darker Batman movies out there if we want our dark Batman that just kind of blends in with everything. But
Right.
my favorite suit of all time that we've had on film is the Batfleck suit.
yeah. From
'Cause it was-
the first BBS.
Yeah, because it was
Changed.
more.
Yeah,
it had more of that like gray distinction to it.
It did, and the other one kind of went towards black again. It's like, no.
Yeah, it's like, no, we don't need him to blend in with it. I mean,
Right.
It
that's
was
the,
cool from the
I know
start,
that's the
but-
point of
yeah.
Batman, but that's kind of
Right.
why I liked Keaton's suit, because he had the yellow flashes on it, so it kind of stood out more.
Right, and to not have him armored as much makes more sense to the character in the comics, because that's how they avoid getting seriously hurt, is they're just reflexes
Yeah.
super good versus I have
Yeah.
all this armor hit the shit out of me. I
Yeah.
can't feel it. You know?
Go ahead and
Yeah,
shoot
like-
me 30 times.
Right,
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. It's cool they explored all those, so you kind of know where you can go from here. You know,
Right.
like what people really want to see, but
But I mean,
not Adam West though. Let's not go back to just like pajamas.
no, we don't need the spandex onesies, but
no.
a little bit of color is not going to kill you.
Where's
We
your
don't
nut
have
cup?
to.
Yeah.
We don't have to do the X-Men from the Fox universe.
Yes.
We don't have to
Right.
do any of that.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with that. I'm sure it's fake, but supposedly they teased Cyclops' suit for the Doomsday, and it looks just like out of the animated series, except it's kind of like the colors are dull, like they're not very
Right.
vibrant.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But
you
it's
can't
probably
really.
fake. I don't
don't
believe
know.
anything anymore.
Yeah.
It's just fucking.
I
Scary.
don't know, man. Like what they did with Wolverine's suits in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. Loved it.
If
And
they can,
really like they showed everything.
yeah, if they can do that with the
Yeah.
X-Men universe, I'm
So
happy with
do. We've got to honor someone who's left this realm. George Wendt
yes.
played Norm on Cheers. 76 years old, Chicago native.
Yeah, and he
The
was
Bears.
that was one of his roles he recurred on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Was the Bob Swirsky.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
pronouncing that right, but it's actually the uncle of Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
Maternal uncle. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Died in his sleep on the 20th, so a couple days ago. By the time we're recording this,
Wow. Yeah, that was a bummer.
But,
He did not look well for the last few years. I saw him on like podcast, Ted Dancing and Woody Harrelson do. Yeah, he just looked tired and
he was on.
battling stuff. You could tell.
The last thing I saw him in, I think, was the Goldbergs.
Yes, he made that
He
appearance.
did
on
an
there.
appearance on there, and I was like, "Whoa!"
And Kirstie Alley was still alive. She was in that appearance too. I think they were like Ed Cliff and Rhea Perlman were there.
Yeah,
So I never got into the Goldbergs. Like I liked it.
I
but-
didn't either, but I like just kind of saw it, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's George Wendt."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what always confused me, and I could be totally wrong about the Goldbergs. I know it took place in the 80s, but it always felt like they just threw in like pop culture elements or like, cameos, but they didn't line up to the year they were in, is how
Yeah.
I got it. Because it's like,
It's kind of
Okay.
like what they tried to
Kinda
do with
weird.
that '80s show.
Yeah, just
remember when
shoehorning
that-
it in whenever they could.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he actually. So he got to start at Chicago's Second City Theater doing comedy.
Yeah.
It's where he met his wife, and his wife actually played Vera on Cheers.
Yeah, just like a voice, I think, because you never
Yeah,
saw her.
I don't think you ever saw her.
He cheated on her too, didn't he? Like, he wasn't like a good husband to her.
Well,
The character, you mean?
Yeah, Norm, yeah.
I think so. I don't
yeah,
know.
no. In real life, though, like they married and they were together all the way up until
he's a real family
his
man.
death. He was very
Devoted
family
friend,
oriented.
good friend, and Gung Ho. He was in that.
That's right.
Michael Keaton. You ever seen that?
Yeah,
Yep. Fletch. He was in Fletch. Do
Yeah.
you guys remember Forever Young? Mel Gibson.
long
It's Frozen.
time. Yeah,
I think he's in that. I
Yeah.
think he's his friend in the beginning, and then his daughter helps him when he wakes up or something.
I do remember seeing that
Long time
It's
ago.
probably one of the ones that my parents rented when I rented like Ninja Turtles or something.
Right.
I don't remember.
You gotta watch this crap.
I've only ever seen it once, but yeah, he was one of what, 3 people of the cast of Cheers.
Yeah.
that was in every episode.
Yep. It was
Aside from Ted Danson and Rhea
Yep.
Perlman.
Yep.
It's crazy.
11 seasons, I believe. And so
Yeah, it was out for a day or two.
Yeah.
I had a lot.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
just comfort. It's comfort food.
Yeah.
It really is. Like,
Yeah.
that set, it was amazing. And
It
they have
was.
something in Boston. Is it a replica? I don't know if any of you have ever heard
It's
of
like
it. but
a
there is something.
replica bar or something
Yeah.
like that.
I wonder how many bars, like, when he passed, people came in and said, "Morning, everybody." Or afternoon, everybody.
Yeah.
Norm. I was watching something today. I was researching, kind of his resume, and there's a clip of like every entrance of Norm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I got to season 3, I think, because he always had a different line every
Yeah.
time. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's when I was like, oh, he must have cheated on his wife, because he walked in on one with like a girl, and oh my god, it was so funny. Yeah, he was in Spice World, my personal favorite. No, I've never seen it. I know Roger Moore was in it too, but damn,
Yeah.
I missed that one a bit.
Missed opportunity.
And he was the dad in the, I think he was the dad of Macaulay Culkin in the Michael Jackson Black or White video. Do you remember that
I
video?
don't remember that.
I think he was. He like got ejected from their living room. His like chair went up, and then he landed into like the past or something.
Oh.
I think he's like a bigot type of guy. I don't know. But
No idea.
yeah. Anyway, check that out. Yeah. Everyone died for that factoid. But in honor of him, we're going to have a toast. This is a... what the hell is this? What is that?
A beer.
Yes, it's a dessert beer. And it's sweating a lot.
So this is barrel-aged cicada killer from Barntown. You know, I saw a Barntown car outside of Hy-Vee the other day, and I should have stopped by and was like, hey, sponsor us. But it's probably just some poor guy dropping off beer.
He's like, fuck off.
I'm getting paid $6 an hour.
Imperial Stout with peanut butter, coconut, and brownie. And I can't read Roman numeral letters, but it's got some on there. So
Would you like to be our Ted, the bartender?
I will be the bartender.
Sam, the
I am
bartender?
a certified bartender.
Yes.
So hold on.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, that
Oh,
looks
man, it looks like
sick.
motor oil.
Good luck, guys.
Oh, life was good.
Just a little bit for me, not a lot.
Oof, Jesus.
Oh, it's not bad. It's like vanilla extract.
There you go.
All right, Norm, we'll be seeing you soon.
Bottoms
Cheers.
up.
Bottoms
Cheers,
up.
buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. What? I don't know what it is. So I noticed this when
It's
Different.
yeah.
I noticed this when I used to
Not
work
terrible.
at Flicks, but like, why do maybe it's like one of those hereditary things where like some people smell cilantro and it smells like soap. Why does this smell like soy sauce?
It does.
It kind of tastes like it too.
It does now you say that. Ooh, we need some rice.
Yeah, pour this over
some
rice.
chicken fried
Yeah.
rice. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I spent $10 on this can. That's great.
Well, you got your money's worth.
I think
out
that
of
should
it.
be baked. I think you should pour that into a pan and bake it.
No.
Try it.
Ugh.
No?
Do not heat your beer. That's disgusting.
Ooh, man.
Well,
burnt.
brats.
Over. Oh, there you go.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh, my fingers are gonna smell like it all
Sorry.
fucking time.
Hey, it's for Norm. It's
Yeah.
a good cause.
Cheers.
So,
Cheers, George.
Yes. So, Ninja Turtles saved Pizza Hut, guys.
Jesus Christ.
Did you know that?
No, I'm good. What?
Yeah, Jesus Christ might have saved it too, but Turtles.
No, I just keep smelling the remnants.
What
of
did
my-
it save it from?
Bankruptcy? No, it didn't. It's a misleading article.
Yeah.
I would
Pretty much.
say
It's a little stretch. Like, geez.
maybe
yeah,
we need a.
Yeah. Go
Maybe
ahead.
we need to do like, since it's, what was it, 25 years, 35 years, something like that. They just celebrated the anniversary of the first
35.
one.
35.
Maybe they need to, do a re-collaboration because Pizza Hut fucking sucks now.
Really?
yeah.
I like it still.
Disgusting.
Really? Man, they're not gonna be on the show now.
Yeah. No.
Hey,
please.
veteran,
Please, no.
Pizza Hut.
Stop.
I worked there in the good years,
In the good years.
Yeah, when they had
83 to like 89.
Yeah.
when they had Galaga machines and the
Yeah.
little checkerboard tablecloth and little red candles.
So you missed the turtle boom
I
basically.
missed the turtle boom, but
pizza
what I
boom.
was there for was the introduction of hand tossed pizza,
Oh really?
the hand tossed crust.
Yeah.
Priazzo, which came and went. It was a thick crust, or it was a stuffed pizza basically, with two crusts, a crust on the bottom and top.
So like kind of a Chicago
Kind
style,
of a
sort
Chicago
of?
style.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean those were the good years, man.
Yeah. I mean
I love those little like personal pan pizzas you got for the Book It program.
Yeah, the
Oh
Book
my
It.
god.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, when the Turtles were like kind of going from comics to animation, the classic 87 series, they were eating like chalk dust and nails in the comics. So they obviously had to change that for children. And then they thought, well, Playmates are mostly talking about here. They did the toy line. They thought, well, what do kids like besides toys? Like pizza. So that's why the Turtles started to like pizza. And I've appreciated it ever since because I loved that. I didn't even know really of their origins or their, where they came from prior to the cartoon back in the day.
Oh, so different.
Oh, I know. And it was basically like created
God.
to be like a joke on, like they got the same chemicals Matt Murdock got, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of like a Lucy, like instead of the
Instead of the hand, it was the foot.
Yeah.
Instead of Stick teaching them, it was Splinter.
Pretty early in the Eastman Laird comics, like the black and white comics, I think Shredder died like almost right away.
Right. It was really gritty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he came about because they were like, wouldn't it be cool if a cheese grater was their villain? I don't know.
It'd be cool if we made like a really gross looking figurine of Shredder, like he's broke his back and he's got no shirt for some stupid reason. You remember that figure?
Yeah.
It was like not the cartoon at all. It was like, totally different. Like
it could double as an actual Shredder.
Right,
The cool thing about that was that was probably the first action figure I got that had an actual cloth cape to it.
Oh,
before I started collecting like the Batman Returns figures that had the little clip-on.
They started, around the neck
cape you could do. Pizza Hut was a big sponsor of the Coming Out of Their Shells tour.
Yes. So like,
I think I can still hear that tape in my dreams if I really concentrate.
Tape. I was there. I saw the concert here in Des Moines.
I never saw it live, but
Leonardo swords that were overpriced, and later on,
all I remember is that Donatello had a keytar, and I never knew what a keytar was until I saw.
I was so into it, but looking back, like, oh wow,
I had
this is bad.
I had the cassette tape, with all the songs on it, and then I had the VHS recording of the concert,
the behind the scenes and all that shit. I think the album was exclusive with Pizza Hut, and it made like I don't know, what was it, 2 million in sales.
Ninja Turtles was kind of like Kiss during their heyday. I mean, like you could slap Ninja Turtles on anything.
Oh, I know. Yeah. The 1990 film like kind of kickstarted their relationship with Pizza Hut, sort of. And oddly enough, Domino's was the pizza they ate in the movie, so it was like obviously a post thing.
Yeah,
you remember the commercial before it played on VHS? The copy was I play right field. The baseball pizza commercial. Like that's always embedded in my mind.
I think if I remember correctly, when I got the first Ninja Turtles movie on VHS, I'm pretty sure it came with a Pizza Hut coupon.
Yes. Yeah.
Boxed in with it.
Yep. It sure did. Yeah. I mean, God, that's how I was introduced to X-Men, was Pizza Hut. Because they had those
when they had the tapes that like started with like Stan Lee introducing it. And
what a treat that was!
Like, that was really cool because
eating my pizza and watching X-Men. I was like, cool.
Because that was before like DVD commentaries and all that stuff. So like. You really never got that before.
Or subscribe to a magazine to like know anything about whatever is going on. They made Pizza Hut a lot of money, basically.
Oh yeah, they sure did.
They actually were in the 1990 Ninja Turtles 2 arcade game, which was easier to play, wasn't it? I think I had that for was it Super NES or Nintendo? But anyway, Pizza Hut was all over that game.
Yeah, like, there was something in there with that too. I think there was a coupon on the instruction booklet.
Yeah,
like the last page of it, you could clip it out, and I was like, I'm not cutting this thing up.
There's a lot of subliminal advertisement from Pizza Hut in it too. Like as they walk by windows, you see Pizza Hut, and then there's like a Pizza Hut power up or something in it.
Yeah, the pizza was your health.
Yeah,
your health power ups.
Yeah, and the Coming Out of Our Shells tour, that was I think their idea kind of for a live tour with like a rock show. It was like 40 state tour too. It was no joke, but yeah, it came to Des Moines. I went and saw it, and I loved it as a kid. Wow, looking back, I'm like, oof. Yeah. And they were even on Oprah promoting the tour. Yeah, but
I remember I think it was for the second movie. I don't think it was for the first one, but they did the interview with Barbara Walters.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they all fake cried when she asked them about their mother.
Oh God.
Steve was like, I hate this shit. Did you like anything about the Turtles, the cartoon? Or
Well, I didn't dislike.
Right.
I never saw any of it.
Right, because you left Pizza Hut.
I
and,
was.
Well,
like, did you
I'm a
see the
little
movie at
older
the
than
time?
you guys.
yeah.
yeah.
I did not see the movies.
Never did.
Never saw. them.
Never
first-
did, or
Never.
You never seen the first Ninja Turtles movie?
the first one, I think, still holds up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think so.
The subsequent ones, not so much.
They were more kid friendly as they went. Like, and they lost the Henson Company in the third one, and the animatronics were like, oh, it was awful,
Yeah.
terrible. And they just redesigned. They were so cheap looking, and they had like acne. They were like
Jeez.
turtle spots, but the way they
Yeah.
were painted on, they weren't like subtle. It was just like bam, you know.
I would
dots
still
and shit.
watch the original Ninja Turtles movie
Yeah.
100 times over before watching any of the
I
Michael
think you
Bay
would
stuff.
like it, Steve. You should
No?
check it out.
We should do a Field of Geeks at the
We
movies for
should,
that.
because I don't think that would be one we'd make fun of too much. Now the third one and maybe the TV
Oh,
series would be
third one
definitely
was fucking horrible.
Speaking of Pizza Hut, any fond memories, any factoids we would be fascinated by? How to get rid of people late at night?
So how to get rid of people late at night is an absolute. There's a very specific way to do it. Back in the day, our Pizza Hut was open. I want to say till like midnight or 1 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a small town Pizza Hut, Shenandoah, Iowa, Southwest Iowa, and it was just. I mean, that was the place to go, right? But getting high school kids out of there at closing time was like pulling teeth. So we would take a thin and crispy small pan, and the spray grease that you use just to line it, you know, for dough.
Yeah.
Well, you would just coat it, like it's almost you can almost take a spoon to it, and you know, and then you would just take out a can of anchovies, and you'd put them on the tray on the pan there,
Oh, dear God.
and you just run it through the oven. And the stench was like the coroner should have been in there looking for something, you know. But people would file out pretty darn quickly after you did
Was that your idea or someone else?
So I don't remember how we did. I feel like someone had heard that someone had done that,
Right.
and so we just tried it.
Yeah.
And oh God, it worked. Yeah, it was.
Did it clear up by
I
the
can
next
still
day?
smell it.
The owner was like, "What the hell?"
You could still smell it
Yeah.
vaguely in the morning,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Right.
you got there early enough that
You can open the door.
to make dough and stuff. Yeah, you would just have fans at the doors and the whole thing. But it was just. I mean, those were fun years. It was a great job. I mean, the pizza back then was amazing.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, the introduction of breadsticks. I was there for that too.
No
You know,
shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, so I mean, there was a lot of cool stuff going on in the '80s of Pizza Hut. You know.
Right.
And, but yeah, it was. I have a million stories. That,
Oh man.
both
Free food all the time then?
It was free food. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I miss the sit down ones and
I do
all
too.
that.
Well, they've changed the sauces. They've changed the ingredients. They've changed
Yeah.
the dough.
Right.
You know, composition and the whole thing. I mean, it's all different now.
It's frozen probably
You know,
too, or
I think they have it shipped in.
Yeah.
For some of it, I don't know
Right.
if I don't know what they still make in house.
Yeah.
I feel like the pan is brought in.
Yeah.
You know, whereas before we used to do everything in house all the time.
Right.
You know, and we were there at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
to open up at 11. You know.
Oh man.
And when you closed on a Friday night and you had to be there at 6 a.m. on
Yeah.
Saturday, there were times where we just never left. You know, because by the time you got those stupid kids out of there,
Yeah.
and then you cleaned up everything, it was already 3 a.m.
Yeah.
and you had to be there in 3 hours. It was like, all right, well,
I live here now.
yeah, we'll break out the Monopoly board and
Right.
you know, hang out and
Make a pizza.
yeah,
Yeah.
Breakfast pizza.
yeah. But you know, again, when you're 16,
Yeah.
I don't think any of that bothers you.
No.
No.
Not at all.
Now, just talking about it, I want to go take an early nap. You know,
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Speaking of post pizza, Tom Cruise and Steve.
Tom Cruise, so Scientology's favorite son and Xenu's most hated enemy, Tom Cruise. He's got Mission Impossible, what is it, 64?
Yes.
Yeah, coming out
And a
eight.
half.
Eight, yeah. Coming out this weekend?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, May 23rd. So, I want to see it, but I did not see the one right before this
Oh,
one.
you didn't? Okay.
So I got to catch that first. I
Yeah.
might try and rent it on Amazon or something,
Sure.
and then hit it in the
It might
next
even be
week.
streaming.
And it might be.
It
I'll
was
have to
for
look.
a while. Yeah.
I'll have to
Yep.
look because I
Right.
I have all the services. I just haven't really gotten. I haven't looked too much.
Sure.
And the only Tom Cruise film I ever really want to see, I never see it on streaming. A Few Good Men.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
love
Tom
that
Cruise
movie.
film.
That's a
I
good
don't
one.
think he runs once in that film. Actually, if I
before
You
the
can't
Right,
catch me, gay thoughts.
Hey, he's dating ballerina Anna De.
So sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's got on you,
Well, it's a PR
but
thing. I'm sure.
we will
it
do we will get a GoFundMe going to save you.
What's her height? Do we know?
I don't know.
I'm just wondering how.
She seems pretty
Maybe that's how
tall.
she got the job. She was shorter. Oh, you think she's taller?
Maybe he
He's like,
is
"Don't wear
dating her
heels.
so
I told
yeah.
you.
maybe it's so she can reach stuff. I mean, he is getting kind of old.
Yeah.
Maybe it's so she can reach stuff on the top shelf, or put stuff on the top shelf. Like, no, I have to stick to my diet.
And I hate myself, but I love the guy's movies.
Yeah, he's a hell of an entertainer.
But such a d-bag in real life. So
Yeah, that's one of the few instances of separating the art from the artist that I can genuinely like
Yeah.
put as like the poster child of that.
Yeah.
Love his movies.
yeah,
Love him as an actor.
but what a
As a
despicable
person.
piece of shit. And
yeah.
and so there was an article recently about him retiring. And
Yeah.
He's not
it talks about Tom Cruise's retirement in the headline, and then of course once you read. You get halfway down the article and you scroll through 600 ads. It says he never plans on retiring.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was worth the read.
Yeah. Good.
Like most articles are today.
Like all the Tom Cruise ones. So for his upcoming projects,
You know what?
Yeah.
Can we talk about articles for just a brief second?
please.
This is going to be like if we ever had a shit that grinds my gears section of this podcast.
Yeah.
This would be like number one. I hate when you go to like any news site to read an article on something and it's like you have this one for free, but to continue reading you must subscribe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have the
You know,
register
blah blah
here.
blah blah blah. Like,
Iowa. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to set. all
or I
these
can't
people
read
on
them from
fire.
or I can't read them from work because we have ad blockers and everything, and they're like,
And it's
please
all
turn off your ad
100%
blocker.
misleading.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
For example,
It really is.
the one that talks about his upcoming projects. You know, they're really touting Top Gun 3 and Days of Thunder 2.
Yeah.
And then as you read further in the article, he basically says, "Oh yeah, we've talked about it.
Did you know that in the
That's about where we're at. There's no concrete plans for a Top Gun 3 or a Tropic Thunder 2.
Pretty sure.
And no one wants Tropic Thunder 2.
Right. Well, it won't be made. I mean, you just
Yeah.
could make it, and it would be safe if they
Yeah.
made it. It would be so safe. It would just not even be worth it. That was like the last film to really push it. I feel.
Right.
I think, but
And the best article on Tom Cruise was the one that it talks about, how he encourages people getting into the film industry to really know their craft and you can really sum it up by saying, so if you're in the lighting department, know how to plug it in. I mean, it's almost rudimentary, but he talked about how like Brando knew how lighting worked and all this stuff. And so, he's not wrong.
Right.
It's like if you're going to be a part of it, try to learn as much of it as you can. And so, that piece of it, okay. That was the best
Yeah.
one. And then the other article that wouldn't come up was about fatherhood. But I'm sure it was just a lampoon article
a
on
clip.
him
It
being
was a clip.
terrible.
He got asked the question he's never asked.
Oh, that's what it was.
Pretty
yeah.
much. Like, hey, how are you going to spend Father's Day weekend? He's like,
just still being a deadbeat.
yeah.
Ask Siri what I'm doing for Father's Day.
Not with my
I just
kids.
write her
Yeah.
a check.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
him
it's
and
fucking
Nicole
kids.
Kidman in the early '90s adopted 2 kids, and lately she, was it for Mother's Day? She didn't even fucking mention them or anything like that. It's like that must have just been a fad, like we're parents.
I'm sure it was just one of those Scientology.
Yeah,
How do we attract normal people so we can steal their money? And
Yeah.
it was just terrible. But go see Tom the Runner. When Terrell and I saw Thunderbolts, the Mission Impossible preview was on.
yeah,
Yeah, that's where I saw it too.
So I lost count at 27 action scenes versus I think 7 or 8 scenes where he was just standing there. so different clips.
Yeah,
right,
yeah, right.
And I lost count. It was just too much.
Yeah. I heard I like those films, but I heard they basically write around the big set pieces they want to do. Like as they go, supposedly the script's not even done. It's like
I believe it.
Yeah, but it's like I've dug them. The last one was it was good, but yeah, it was kind of some of it felt really lazy and just not well thought through.
Was the last one with Cavill in it?
No, that one was really good. That was Fallout.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cavill does
ago,
that
I think.
coughing with
There's
his
been-
arms, that
yeah.
famous scene. Yeah. Did it with
I'm
Wolverine.
pretty sure the last one I saw was the first one with Jeremy Renner in it.
That was Ghost Protocol. That was a return to form. Actually, that was just probably...
Some are better than others. I've never disliked one.
2's the worst, though.
Yeah.
I think 2's the worst. It's
Yeah.
very John Woo, but it's more like an art house type of movie.
Whereas the first one was genuinely good.
Yeah, Brian De Palma.
It
He made
was.
that
Yeah.
one. That one, I
Very
like
good.
that one a lot.
It was really good.
yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, yeah, if the guy didn't have talent, yeah, he would totally be that's what's hard about it. It's like, God, I like your movies and I
Yeah.
like your passion, but man, it's like, I know this other shit about you and it really fucking bothers me.
Right.
It's like,
And I really love that you do your own stunts because the more you do, the risk level just keeps
Steve wants a
increasing.
job on the stunt
So,
team.
yeah.
Can we
Just gonna put a kink in the wire.
Whoops.
can we get
He can
oh,
fucking
no.
fly, what?
Right. He's a Scientologist. He could probably do that. Right.
Maybe he can be scouted for Rust 2.
Oh, shit. Well, him and Alec Baldwin
Fight
were
me,
in a movie together. They were in
Elron.
Fallout, I think. Was it Fallout Alec Baldwin was in? So he almost got that chance.
Yeah. Didn't take it that
Fight me, Elron. Just kidding. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the Tom Cruise
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, he's doing a tour circuit right now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of these articles are coming out and stuff. And, yeah, thank you for doing that.
And
I'm glad it wasn't too...
That was... I know, when you asked me on text the other night,
Yeah.
and I'm like, he knows that I don't like to.
right.
But then
That's
I'm
why you're the
I think
perfect
that's
one to
why
do
he
this.
made me do it. So,
That's why
yeah.
you're the perfect one to do that.
It was the best.
I wish I could think that out like that, but no.
I wanna meet him
so
in
by
person.
accident, but
I want to meet him in person just so I can do that thing where you put your hand out on somebody's forehead
Oh, yeah.
this, and he's swinging,
trying
can't
to
reach
swing
you.
and he can't reach you. Yeah.
Well, did you see that years ago? He used to get interviewed by some comedian who pranked him, and I think he shot water in his face. Do you
I
remember
did
that?
see that,
Ooh,
yeah.
you did not like that.
No. And now he's got so much filler.
Because
There's times where he looks normal and pretty good
Yeah.
for his age, and then there's other times where he just got the bee sting.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
and,
You're right. Exactly. Yeah.
It just depends. But
Yeah.
in the movie, he looks all right.
He does.
But then you see him on some of this press junket stuff. And it's like, God, were you just bitten in the Amazon by a spider or
his
something?
bees. His venom.
It's a really good thing that when he jumped on that couch, the ceiling was pretty high.
Oh, he wouldn't have had there was no danger.
Oh God!
It could have been 3 feet lower
Right.
than this ceiling. He would have been fine.
Kidding. We love your movies.
Yeah.
You as a person
Love your movies,
can
hate
go
you. Fuck off.
That'd be the press junket.
That's a press junket, right?
Damn.
Send Steve there.
Yeah, please
Oh
send
shit,
me.
we made headline.
You want to get this podcast on
Yeah.
the map.
You know what? There's got to be some 6 degrees of separation thing where we find somebody that's a guest at Des Moines Con, like Brandon Routh or
Yeah.
Charlie Cox or Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, do you know how I can get a hold of Tom Cruise? I don't want to send him hate mail. I just want to send him anthrax,
Right, yeah.
so you can test it for me and see if it smells good.
He's got enough already.
Does his own drug stunt.
Next
This
topic.
is all jokes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't sue us.
Yeah. Yes. Just Bill.
I don't have any money anyway, so go for it. I can try it.
Hogans Hooters, Bill.
Yeah, so speaking of things that died in the 80s.
Hooters? No.
So the illustrious Terry Bollea, real
That's his
real name of the immortal Hulk Hogan with the 24 inches from the ground pythons, So he's got this company, Real American Brands. He's got Real American Beer out right now, which, according to
It's piss.
according to a very reliable source, aka somebody on Reddit, it tastes like crap and makes Natty Light taste great. But then again, because Hogan likes to take credit for stuff he's by no means created himself.
anything, yeah.
He ripped off the PBR logo to do that. He's also just recently been announced that he is opening Real American Freestyle, which is like collegiate style wrestling and stuff like that with entertainment.
So
but
what he did before?
No, like
Well, he never did it.
he never did it.
He didn't have the skills.
This isn't going to be like I'm like details on this are kind of sparse right now,
Yeah.
but like the way he describes it, it's
So
like
bio.
it's going to be like actual like Olympic style wrestling,
Oh my God, really? He's
but
gonna be
like
part of
televised.
this?
No, he's not going to be doing it, but he is doing it with Eric Bischoff, so it'll last 5 months.
Oh man,
yeah.
I
You
just
know.
love how old he is now. He can't rip his shirt. Like there was a time,
Even if it's
like,
pre-cut, like that debut of Raw on Netflix, he was like,
Oh yeah.
"Give me the scissors."
Oh, I love that.
No, but if there's anybody to ruin a company, it'll be Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff because they ruined TNA and WCW. But he wants to take that illustrious brand of his and buy the intellectual property to Hooters and bring it back.
God bless him.
Because in the age of Me Too and grab her by the, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, that's not tone deaf at all.
We should bring back Hooters. So
Well, it's owls, right? It's not the other, right? It's all about owls.
yeah, it's all about it's a nature preserve for owls.
Yes.
Let's call it that. He wants to take over existing brands that represent America, what America is all about.
Does he know?
Freedom, grit, and good times, and bring them back to relevance.
Good
I think
Lord.
really what he's trying to do is just find another person his daughter's age to date. So Hooters, the brand, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy not that long ago.
Yeah.
As we can tell by the fact that it's now McDonald's up the road. And the brand itself, the Hooters brand itself, wants to relaunch in many ways, including consumer products, digital content, and gaming to engage with younger crowds. Because if there's one thing your restaurant that's known for shitty wings and people wearing short shorts should do, it's be targeted towards kids. The fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
That's all I got on that. Your thoughts? Would you like to see Hooters make a rebrand and
It's so I didn't know I could live my life without it, but I think I've done all right.
Yeah.
So I think we're good just not
Yeah.
reallocating that to the
Yeah.
populace.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You probably open one, and it will last probably a month.
I think
maybe,
I'm-
if that. That's
Well,
probably
if there's a big enough douchebag in the world to try to do something like that, it's definitely Hulk Hogan.
yeah.
yeah.
Let's be real. He's the Tom Cruise of wrestling. He's just a douche lick.
Yeah. I don't see. I don't know, man. I don't see this taking off.
No,
What a good idea, though.
he took credit for
Good for him. I mean, he's the first person in the world to body slam a 16'3", 900-pound giant.
When I slammed all 1,800 pounds of Andre the Giant, brother, I tore every muscle in my back, and then he died 2 days later. No, he fucking didn't.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck
and forget the
up.
fact
Did he
that
say that?
Andre
Yes.
had been slammed like 30 times before that ever happened.
Yeah,
Alcohol
he'd been
consumption probably killed him.
he had been slammed by a guy a third the size of Hulk Hogan
Yeah.
in Japan,
Shitting me.
way before Hulk ever
Harley
did it on
Race
WrestleMania.
slammed him.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
6 inches taller than Harley Race was.
I never heard that about Andre. He claimed that.
Oh my
Crazy.
god! You should.
What
okay.
didn't he claim?
If
Yeah,
what you should do sometime. Got homework for you on this, Josh.
Thunder in Paradise. I already watched it.
No.
Oh shit.
Oh God, we've got to do a commentary on that sometime.
Chris Lennon.
Thunder in paradise. Anyway, no, there's a million videos out there about
I've heard about
things
them. Never
that
seen them. Yeah.
Hulk Hogan has claimed
Yeah.
that are total bullshit, and he continues to make claims that are total bullshit. But yeah, if you want an idea of how good this Hooters project is going to go, let me know if you can find out a Pasta Mania location that's still open.
What? Bostomania?
Oh my God, you don't remember Pasta Mania?
Oh, I don't.
Jesus.
I know.
It was like
We didn't have one, did we, Ron?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
But
Thankfully.
it was like like something for like food courts and stuff like that. But
okay,
it was
yeah.
like pasta with Hulk Hogan doing his thing. And I think one of the people I heard review it once said that if you mixed Chef Boyardee with Alpo, it would still taste better than anything that they had at that restaurant. So,
It's probably
and I
all
use the term restaurant very
mice
loosely.
they found in the kitchen or something.
Oh, that's awesome.
If anybody needs a Tide Pod challenge, it's that.
So what you're saying is
Geriatric
Hogan
fuck.
doesn't know best.
That guy.
No,
Yeah.
he knows how to ruin marriages and his kids.
Yeah.
He's just real good at that. Yeah. How's your daughter's music career going, by the way?
He wouldn't know. He hasn't
Geriatric.
talked to her in years.
Yeah, that's true. The closest he's gotten is dating one of her friends.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah,
He's
and
married
then
to like a young chick now too, isn't he?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But man, some of the
not a good
talk about a guy that's probably going to have allegations come out about him from
Well,
his
even
daughter at some point.
more. Yeah.
Pictures of him like putting sunscreen on her and shit like that, and like
gross.
having to grill every man she ever tried to date.
That's disgusting. Yeah.
Because if he can't have her, nobody can. Ugh. I've said a poster child for separating the art from the artist is Tom Cruise. Poster child for never meet your heroes would be Hulk Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
I've never met the guy, but if I ever do,
I have his
I'm gonna
autograph.
kick him in his
actually.
dusty balls.
I never did meet him, but my folks worked at a video distributor in the '80s. He was. This
Did
was
you
like
get a
Thunder
signed-
Lips era?
Did you get a signed picture of Santa with muscles?
Yes, pretty much. Yeah.
Nice.
I'll give it to you. You can use it for toilet paper.
So my final thoughts on Hogan trying to save Hooters. That doesn't work for me, brother.
I'm excited for his funeral,
Yeah,
too.
if you want to. Jesus. Wow, we're going dark on this episode. This episode is not sponsored.
the only
We are-
funeral
Why
gets
does
standing
Steve only
ovation.
come on every 612
No,
episodes?
yeah.
Jesus.
It's a lawsuit. Speaking of wrestling, Smashing Machine trailer came out. The Rock. I don't know if this
Yeah.
could be an Oscar type of thing, but the prosthetics look amazing.
Prosthetics look good. But I'm about sick of The Rock as an actor.
I mean, I am too, but I think I do like this trailer at least, and
I think they were like, I know A24 tends to be a little more on the
yeah.
artsy and serious side. I mean, so
Well, they made. I think did they make that movie about those the other wrestling?
they made the Iron Claw movie, which was
Yes, I like that movie.
phenomenal.
That
I
was-
love that movie.
that.
But I've always been a
story is
huge-
so brutally. They took out 2 deaths. Now,
Yeah, they took
right?
out 2.
Yeah, I have always been a huge fan of the Von Erichs
Yeah,
because
sad movie. Jesus. Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, A24 though. I mean, maybe there's. It has potential. I'd say
it could be decent as
the
long as The
director,
Rock doesn't play himself.
Yeah, I hope the director just tried to like push that ego down. And maybe The Rock's smart enough to know, I gotta kind of try something totally new if I want to get more recognition or whatever.
Yeah, because you're definitely not going to be playing Black Adam anytime soon.
He just looks so over steroided up in this movie.
Oh, he's totally on steroids in real life. I mean,
yeah, but I mean,
He's
it's just.
gotta be.
Yeah.
He's gotta be.
Ugh.
playing his wife is
Oh,
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
Yeah, which they were in Jungle Cruise, so this is a reunion we've all hoped for.
Oh, thank God.
Jeez, yes. When is Jungle Cruise 2 coming out?
Give me a reason to slit my own wrists.
Right.
That'd be great.
I would rather go on a real jungle cruise in crocodile-infested waters with a hunk of raw chicken hanging out of my asshole.
And 100% chance of getting malaria.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what Rock looked like, that movie with the hat, didn't he? Did it take place in the 40s? You imagine people back then seeing a dude that big, they'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this guy?
I'm not gonna say.
Boy, the human growth hormone really.
It looks like a good film. Definitely is another one of those showing like that type of industry is very rough on the human body.
Oh yeah.
The prosthetics, like I said, look amazing. I remember seeing a still photo of this like a long time ago, and you couldn't tell it was The Rock in the photo. I can tell it with the motion and stuff. But
Well, halfway through the trailer, I'm like, that's The Rock, isn't it?
so you didn't even know?
I didn't know it was The Rock.
Oh, well, that's good.
I just pulled up the trailer
Yeah.
by the name and started watching it. And
right.
It's kind of like when he started talking, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's The Rock.
Man, you can't just like do like they did with Hercules in New York or whatever it was.
No, dub his voice.
Just dub his voice.
And it seemed almost like an AI written script just in the trailer. It just sounded a little AI like.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. Like they probably were like, all right, let's take the wrestler and take the Iron Claw and let's put that together.
What
Kind of
if
get something going there.
Iron Claw starred George St. Pierre? No, I'm not shitting on that. It does look good. I'm just not. I don't want to put any more money in the Rock's pocket.
Take the
than I
Rock
already
out
have.
of it, though. You probably have more faith, correct?
I mean, if it showed up on like Netflix or something like that, and I needed something to watch,
want to go to the theater to see, unless
then
it was
I'd
getting
probably
like a
go
lot
see
of
it.
good.
Right.
if I was more of an MMA fan, I'd probably be stoked.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I never got into it really.
We'll see. Maybe it'll surprise all of us. It'll win all the Oscars next year. Who knows? Superman, the first full trailer we got.
Looks fucking amazing.
It does. I mean, obviously, we talked about this earlier in the show a little bit, but yeah, I haters are gonna hate, but I dig what I'm seeing. I have faith in it. I think it's gonna be something really
I can't wait.
special.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that 5-minute clip. We talked about that last time. Yeah, and Mom and Pa Kent. I mean, geez, it looks like they lost the farm in this one. Like they're in like a trailer or something. It's like it's not your typical like, I don't know how I imagine this, but and both his parents are still alive. That's cool, unless one of them kicks it in this movie. But
Well, as long as one of them doesn't just stand in front of a tornado going,
Yeah.
that's just the
Don't
hardest,
save me.
that's the hardest part. But guys, he sacrificed himself because he knew he could save him.
Well, he's Kevin Costner. He
It's just like
needs that attention.
Just like when they had to kill Uncle Ben again in The Amazing Spider-Man. That was such a joke. Like, Martin Sheen practically ran into the gun just so it could happen,
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is stupid.
well, I mean,
We've already done this. Stop it.
I don't mind seeing like a reimagining
Yeah.
kind of thing of it, but like the dynamic between him and Lois
Yeah.
in the like interview
Yeah.
thing they're doing, man.
Well, see, a lot of people are like, it's just like that 5-minute clip. He screams. Like, yes, he screams in every film, actually, if you look at it.
Yeah.
And he was healing. He got seriously beaten by probably an equal opponent. Mm-hmm. And
Superman
this one-
can get hurt, and it doesn't like necessarily have to come from a green rock.
right.
And he stopped a war. So, like, I could see how that trails into
That's a really cool direction to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
they feel like a real couple too. It's just she is so perfect as Lois. Like it's
She
like
is.
she was made to be Lois
Yeah.
Lane.
well, and I was very, very early on into this when we first started getting like the first like set photos and stuff like that. I was really skeptical
Oh sure.
about just the look.
Yeah.
I was like, Superman doesn't have curly hair, but
Right.
you know what I mean? But like,
Oh yeah, because he's got like a Beatles type of thing as Clark, or sort of. But in this trailer, it looked like it was kind of parted. So like, that didn't bother me too much.
no.
But I get it. It is risky.
but
they're
then
trying to do their
again,
own
that
thing,
was
too.
like, that could have
Like
been
to
him
say it.
walking to his trailer for all I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was way back before we got a trailer.
That's cool. Him and Jimmy Olsen are like playful with each other.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like Jimmy was trying to trip him or something. He's like, knock it off. It's like, I don't know, you just get more of a.
I just like the tone.
Yeah.
I do too.
It's just chipper.
Yeah.
There's
It's,
stakes, but yeah.
I kind of think this one's going to pay more homage to Christopher Reeve's
Yeah.
Superman than Superman Returns did.
I think I said this last time. I think we're all starved to have more of that type of. Obviously, some of Reeves' films don't hold up too well. There's some goofy
Yeah.
shit in them, but
I mean, there's, Superman
this is-
was always, truth, justice,
Yeah.
and the American way,
Yeah,
which,
sure.
if there was ever a time that our country needed that, it's now.
right. Yep.
So I'm very much looking forward to this. It looks
feels like
really good.
Reeve in the animated series they did in the 90s along with Batman. It kind of
Yep.
feels like that type of
And
marriage.
I like that. If this is
Yeah.
any, granted, I'll reserve all judgment until I see the final film.
Yeah.
But if this is any indication of where Gunn's taking it, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
Right.
same.
And then the fact that we've got Guy Gardner in there, we've got Hawk Girl in there, Mr. Terrific.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
is what
Well,
it-
I've died to ask you this question because I don't think you've been on since they showed any of this. But as a Green Lantern fan, obviously he's not your favorite one, right?
No, but I love Guy Gardner.
Yeah, you like what you see so far.
Yeah,
I mean,
because when he was,
yeah,
I have his first appearance in the comics.
Nice.
That's how old I am. But he, he was always the one that you loved to hate,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
But you loved him because when when it came down to it, he always ended up doing the right thing. He was just an asshole the whole way, but he was
Yeah.
still a
Yeah.
hero.
Right.
So I'm super excited to see how they do that.
Yeah, I like the. Did you catch the hand coming out of the
Uh-huh.
ground? Like he flipped
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
or something. Like that was cool. It was like kind of
Yeah.
a black, but with the green around it. It was
Yeah.
different. It wasn't just all green,
Right.
But
I'm excited to see how it
Yeah.
works.
right, he's going to turn up in Peacemaker as
Yeah.
well, and yeah, they're building this universe. I really hope it works out. I'm nervous. I'm not getting my hopes up because, like what happened last time.
Well, it's Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
panic easily.
Right.
That's the part I don't have confidence in.
Is that-
I have every confidence in the world in James Gunn.
Yeah.
Totally.
But Warner
But
Brothers,
the studio, has not proven to be. They make
have
good decisions. They
Absolutely
don't.
not.
Well, they're not run by
Absolutely
like film goers anymore.
No.
Really,
No.
fans. It's
Yep.
just all business and
And then they wonder why they're not making money.
Right.
It's like this equation is not hard.
yeah, it's not.
But
you're
when you put
making
your
a-
ego ahead of
Right. Yeah.
brains, this is what happens. Warner
Yeah.
Brothers.
Put more money
Well,
into film.
yeah, if you're-
expecting,
If you're making a movie to make something people are going to love versus ticking a box, then
Yeah.
it's going to be successful.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's going to be people that love it.
No, I've got a real good feeling, and yeah, I hope it's successful. I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will
be
but,
too.
Yeah, I love Lex Luthor. Nicholas Holt, amazing so far.
Oh, he looks great.
Yeah. he does.
Yeah, he's like perfect.
He's not trying to be
He's
the
a-
Joker either.
Right.
No.
Right. Yeah, that was just such a miscast, and then at the end, that doesn't hold up well with BVS's. Why they shave his head at the end? Were they going to send him to the chair? Like, why? Just because? Oh,
Just
now
because
he's Lex
he's-
Luthor, guys.
Yeah.
Like that seems weird.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't know.
he's recognizable.
Right. Yeah.
That's really all that was.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm ready for that version to go bye bye.
Yeah.
They tried it. Whatever.
And I
but-
still watch that warehouse fight scene.
Oh, yeah.
At least once a month.
There's
At
a lot
least.
of good shit that came out
Yeah.
of all that Snyder stuff, and the Justice League film is like so much better than the other one. But especially Diana like cutting off Steppenwolf's head, like
Yeah.
that was badass. And then was it Darkseid stepping on it and crushing it? It's like damn, that's what we should have got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the Superman looks great.
Just as long as Warner Brothers stays out of the way,
Yeah.
Right.
that's going to be the big.
And I'm hoping it has the same tone like Fantastic Four is supposed to have.
yes.
I think it's time. I think it's time for some good wholesome
Yes.
heroes.
Yeah.
That,
I do too.
They're coming out the
Yeah.
same month.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great
Yeah.
month. You got Jurassic Park as well. I'm not really. I didn't see the last
I
one.
was
in the
not
theater,
hyped
so
for that. I saw the trailer for
I'm
it
just
when I
kind
went
of
to see
done. Like,
Thunderbolts.
okay, another dinosaur. This one's even worse. It's
Can we
mutated.
shelve this franchise until at least I'm dead, and then bring it back?
Right.
I mean, that's not going to be long, but it's
Right.
going to be long enough,
I mean, honestly, yeah, the first one's still the best. I think you can't beat that one. It's
The first
they're entertaining. It's just
the first
tired of
one
this
in
trope.
both
like another one. Okay, great.
the first one in both series Jurassic Park and Jurassic World
Yeah.
were good.
Yeah.
Beyond that, like, we're getting so far removed from what Michael Crichton
Yeah.
envisioned.
Just go straight to streaming with these garbage heaps, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
let's be real.
Well, not only that, but Scarlett, are we really going to let Scarlett Johansson carry a Jurassic Park movie?
I'm not. I'm still not. I know they released a trailer.
But she can deliver snarky one-liners, and that's all you need anymore.
Yeah, that's what's weird about this new group. It's like there's not really a lot of fear, it seems, from this team. They're like, hey.
It's like, how many...
It's like a comedy. Like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
all right, you
like,
take me out of it.
How many hidden islands could there possibly be that John Hammond raised dinosaurs on?
Yeah, this is the worst of the worst that were made here, and it was so bad. Like okay, we've already
Jurassic
done this.
World. I got it because it was
Yeah.
a new guy taking over the company.
Yeah.
I kind of got.
Yeah,
they brought
yeah.
back. They
Yeah.
brought back BD Wong.
Yes.
Is that his name? They brought him back.
They like
It was
made him a huge character when he
Yeah.
was just like he was just really a small part. But it's happy for him. That's great. Bring back Samuel Jackson because he
Yeah.
lived in the books. I think the second one, Lost World. I think he came back with a robotic arm or some shit. I remember hearing that back in the day.
something like that.
Never did the research, but
Yeah.
maybe
Well, and the
Newman's still alive.
Hello, Newman. I love it.
I'm going to throw this out there because since they're reviving all these like old franchises and stuff like that, and you know we're getting like GI Joe versus Transformers and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's
Take the technology and effects and stuff like that you have for the Jurassic World movies and make a Dino Riders movie.
you probably could at this point.
You know, that'd be more believable than Scarlett Johansson carrying a fucking film.
I was going to say, yeah, it'd probably be more entertaining as well.
T-Rexes with freaking laser beams attached to their heads.
Well, this new one looks like an alien. Looks like a xenomorph.
Yeah.
With a. It's like, all right, we're just trying to sell toys at this point. Like,
Yeah,
I know they're always trying to
exactly.
do that, but it's like, okay, this is.
It's gotten to
I'm not really interested. Like, I'll just wait to see what the word of mouth is. But I still haven't seen the last one. That reunited everybody, supposedly.
That one wasn't terrible.
I heard the
It
extended
wasn't.
cut's better than the.
I haven't seen the extended cut
Okay.
of it.
After a while, it's like, okay, it's nothing new or fresh, you know.
Right.
No.
Speaking of something that could be that way, Spider-Noir. This was obviously it came about in the comics, but I think a lot of us first knew of this character was Across the Spider-Verse, right? That was the first
Into the Spider.
Into the Spider-Verse. Nicolas Cage voiced him. Now they have a series on Amazon. What are we thinking about this?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I mean, Sony's done worse things,
That's true, Craven.
but I would watch. I would watch Craven a million times more than I would ever watch Madam Web again.
Have you seen Craven?
I have.
Okay, maybe we could do a review.
I
of
mean,
that, too.
it was.
I don't know. I've seen clips of it. I'm like,
It wasn't the worst Sony verse movie, but that's not a high
that
bar to
helpful?
reach.
Yeah.
That's not a high bar to reach.
I just feel Cage is old. He's too old for this fucking part right now.
But this is like 1930s New York.
I know. They were
Like,
like
this is-
people back.
The in shape people back in the 30s looked like our dads. Okay, like they're, there was no
What'd you do
like.
to get that good?
It's like
my wife.
the meme of the guy with like his hands up, like the Macho Man
Yeah.
guy. It looks good.
The costume
thought
looks great. The costume looks great, and the way it's shot. I just kind of doubt the Cage, but I'm
the thing
happy
is
he's in it. But yeah.
the thing is, for every ridiculous bullshit role that Nicolas Cage has taken, he's got great ones out there too.
Well, see, and
Willy's
that's the only
Wonderland.
reason I have any trepidation is because he is a dice roll.
yes,
He's
yeah.
either going to be
You never
phenomenal,
know.
Yeah.
You never know
or
which Cage
he's
you're
going to
gonna
be
get.
terrible.
Exactly.
Right. There's no in between. I can't say, oh, that was a satisfying Nicolas Cage project. It's either awesome,
Right.
or it's like, well, it's up there with Manos, The Hands of Fate. So
Yeah.
Did you see that? I forget the title. Him and Pedro Pascal. He's playing a fictional version.
yes,
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
I love that movie.
That was great.
Yeah.
Face-off reference,
Right.
The guns and shit. Like that was. a
That's the
movie.
Nicolas Cage I want to see.
Yeah.
Well, in Willy's Wonderland, I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
Never
Kind of
seen
like
that one.
it's kind of like a Five Nights at Freddy's kind of ripoff.
Okay.
And he doesn't have a single speaking line in that entire movie.
Oh, it's evil.
Well, no wonder.
But his like
Doesn't he scream? He screams in it, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, of course he does, because he gets the shit kicked out of him. There's a lot he can do, like just as an actor, like physical acting,
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But there's sometimes where he's just like, blah, blah, blah. He's like, it's either the Adderall's worn off, or I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I love Nicolas Cage as an actor. I really do.
Yeah.
But like Steve said, it's a dice roll. You never know which Cage you're going to get.
Hey, let's focus.
But with Spider-Man Noir, I don't think they're going to let him be that crazy.
No.
Well, and the fact that, and the reason I am looking forward to it to a degree is because he is such a huge comic fan.
Yeah.
I feel like he'll take that source material more seriously than he would a tax movie, right?
Yeah.
You know, something he's doing just to pay off his tax bill,
Right.
Face Off 2.
Right.
And it's like in that regard, I think of him a lot of like Henry Cavill with The Witcher.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like
he'll show some care.
he's like, he's
Action,
like, no, you're not doing this the way it should be done. I don't want any part of it.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it just because I love the Spider-Man Noir comics.
I think it's got a real high potential of being really good, especially the Spider-Man scenes.
Well, and Amazon doesn't put out, typically they don't put out crap.
No, yeah, they're usually pretty
If
good.
they're going to adapt an IP, they're going to put some work into it and some care into it.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen that with Fallout, with The Boys, Invincible.
Yeah.
The Lord of the Rings
that
they're doing, which it took me a few episodes to get into that, but once I did, I was like, okay, I'm pretty invested.
It's different. And I agree with you. It does take a bit to get into it.
Yeah. But once I did, I was like, I was starting to look forward to each episode more.
Yeah.
You know,
and I think a lot of that too is just like people shitting on it.
Well, right. It's just like everybody shits on everything nowadays.
They do.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have to, like, you know, we've said before, form your own opinion on it.
Yeah.
But it's hard, like, to be psyched for something when everyone is just taking a dump on it left and right.
Yeah.
Well, it's such a hipster thing to do, to shit on stuff. I wonder how hipsters feel nowadays, where everyone's a hipster because 90% of the people out there are just trying to shit on stuff.
Oh, it was a hipster before it was cool.
You get more views for doing that too.
I think the real hipsters are ones that actually give something a shot before it comes out. Or,
Exactly.
Until it comes out.
Well, all these, I follow some people who are really critical, and I don't agree with them on a lot of things. You know, I imagine like back in the day, like would they have talked the same way about, you know, these properties they love when they first came out if they were like in this mindset?
Oh
like,
yeah, they totally would
think so.
Yeah.
Well, just because they're assholes,
right? It's just they just wish for everything to fail,
right?
And, they make fun of the dumbest shit, like Superman's eye when he does that flip shot. You know, they're like, oh, his eye wandered a little bit. It's like, okay, well, yeah, it's kind of goofy, but really, like you got nothing if that's all you can.
Yeah, if that's what you're complaining about, cool.
If that's the only complaint coming out of Superman, I'll be happy.
Sure. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I hope it proves everyone wrong, but I mean, it probably won't because they get ratings for hating on shit. You know, they just do. And you kind of get addicted, I think, to hating on everything. You just don't enjoy anything anymore.
It's one of those things with like, even with Siskel and Ebert back in the day.
Yeah.
When they would shit talk movies and stuff like that, it's like, what gets more headlines? I really like this movie and I found nothing wrong with it, or pedantic and boring and blah.
I guess Resident Evil is getting another. Is this yet another fucking attempt to do it?
Yeah. So the thing that gives me pause with this is that Sony is involved in it again, which they've been involved with the Mila Jovovich movies. They were involved with the Welcome to Raccoon City, which I absolutely loved. The Paul W.S. Anderson ones.
Oh, you liked all of those?
Not so much.
Oh, yeah. You talking about the recent one they did? Welcome to Raccoon City?
The more recent one, Welcome to Raccoon City, was the most like accurate to the games, but none of them have really been.
Yeah, because the Jovic ones are like, they just go off the reservation.
They were just like, oh, fans are going to love if we put this in here, but it makes no sense.
Yeah, right.
But the reason I'm looking forward to this one is it's written and directed by Zach Krieger, who did the movie Barbarian.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that one?
I haven't, but who's
so there's Bill Skarsgård,
Okay.
Justin Long. It's a kind of a horror movie.
Okay. I've heard about it.
And that I'm going to get into that. That's one of my recommendations because I just watched it.
Cool.
But I had to go watch it because, like, I've heard of the guy before,
Yeah.
and the things that he's done, but I'd never seen Barbarian when it came out in theaters.
Sure.
And I went and watched it the other night, and it was really good.
Nice.
But he wants to do. So he's got a project coming out right now called Weapons. Which
I've heard a lot of cool things about that. Like,
Yeah.
it's got some eerie footage, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's like isn't like a kid like repeating, like running, but something's changing or something. Or I didn't catch it, but I have a lot of good buzz on it. Yeah, for sure.
So this is his next project after that. So he looks to start shooting in September.
Oh, okay.
He says it's not going to be like any of the other Resident Evil movies. Thank you. Right now, the plan is for a September 2026 release date. Austin Abrams so far is the only cast member that's really being looked at to be in the film in an unspecified role, but he has had roles in Euphoria and The Walking Dead before.
Okay, sure.
And Anthony Starr has expressed his interest in playing Albert Wesker, which if he does, holy shit, that'd be a perfect role for him.
He plays Homelander, right?
Yes.
And then and this character, is he the scientist behind the Umbrella?
Albert Wesker is he's the guy that Lance Reddick played in the Netflix series.
Okay.
But he's like the enforcer kind of guy of Umbrella.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, have you ever seen that guy with like the slick back blonde hair and the glasses?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
A little bit, yeah.
That's who he wants to play.
Oh.
Which he would be perfect for that role because he can play it.
He just step off the boys set and
Yeah,
take
pretty much.
glasses.
I mean, pretty much.
In a
yeah.
lab coat.
Exactly.
What Zach Krieger has said in his recent interviews with this, said there's a moment that comes in almost every Resident Evil game where you find yourself in a dark passageway, your health is almost zero, and there's no way around. You have to go through, but you know there's something awful for you in the darkness. That's a thrill that the Resident Evil games have perfected, and my movie will be built in the spirit of those games and follows one central protagonist from point A to point B as they descend deeper into hell.
Wow.
So that sounds really good. And
I'm gonna say someone got it.
Yeah.
You know,
Finally, a fanboy too,
Someone
right?
finally,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's amazing.
So that's the thing that I think works really well with Resident Evil, especially the earlier games and the more recent ones like 7 and 8, is that you don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, the hallways and everything are really restricted. If there is something waiting for you around the corner, you have nowhere to go. You have to fight or die, kind of thing.
Yeah. That's kind of what Barbarian was, wasn't it? Like, what is Barbarian about exactly?
Very much so. So I'll get into that. That's like my recommendation for today.
Because I wanted to know, like
the premise of Barbarian is these people go to stay in this Airbnb.
Okay.
Right. And it ends up getting kind of like double booked. So there's these two people that are staying there, complete strangers, whatever. There's all these tunnels and stuff under the house that are just absolutely claustrophobic and dark as hell. But there's this like deformed woman in there that's like chasing after them. And it's like, you can't see shit. And if they do that, if they apply that concept to a Resident Evil film, I'm going to be so down for it.
How did they get down there? Like, were they looking for wine or something?
No, it was like, somebody got locked in the basement, right? And found this room that has
Let's go in here.
A bed, a camera, a bucket, and a bloody handprint on the wall.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, let's get the fuck out of here. And of course, the guy's like, oh, I want to go see this shit. So he goes down there and he gets abducted by this creature thing.
Oh,
I've seen
the preview to this.
It's really good. It's a 2022 movie, so it's fairly old.
Yeah.
But you can see it for free on Tubi.
Oh, okay. With ads, probably.
With ads, yeah.
Right.
Which sucks.
You probably need a break between crying and shitting yourself.
Yeah.
But it's really, really well done.
Yeah. Low budget, you
Like,
can tell? Or
I think the max budget on it was $45 million.
So I wonder how much they'll have to do the Resident Evil film, maybe 100 or so. Like, I wonder if they'll keep it low.
Well, if he does it like he did this, it was very minimalist and very practical.
Yes.
So it'd be cool to see that.
Right. Because if you don't
Less is more with it, I think. But
Yeah.
like the thing I had wrong with, or that I felt was wrong with, like the Paul W.S. Anderson movie is that, or series of movies, was that they were just all about like put my wife in spandex and have her kick a bunch of ass, and it made no fucking sense compared to the games, except maybe Resident Evil 6, which is the worst one ever made.
How many do they make?
They're on 8 games now.
I mean, I'm sorry, the movies.
The movies.
W.S. Anderson or Paul.
5.
Whatever his fucking name is.
5.
I think 5. Yeah.
5.
I think of those, and then there was Welcome to Raccoon City, which was more based on the game, on the first 2 games.
And that was probably like a lower budget type of film too, right?
It was.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Right, and then they did the series on Netflix.
They did the
right?
series on Netflix,
which
was
wasn't great. Yeah,
the best thing about that series was Lance Reddick,
right. Yep.
which isn't saying a lot because he didn't get to do a whole hell of a lot.
Spoilers.
But
I'll never see it. Probably not. Yeah.
no, I did a review on that.
Did you?
On my channel a long time ago. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it because if any video game franchise needs some love, it's Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And even if they don't go 100% based off the games, there's enough lore out there where you can make it like a side story.
Sure.
I mean, there's been like stage productions in Japan of Resident Evil that are considered
really?
canon.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like the actual, like, there's a, forget who does the video, but there's a video out on YouTube. If you look for like the entire Resident Evil timeline explained,
Yeah.
it's like a 3 or 4 hour video.
God dang.
But like, you gotta understand, they've done,
Yeah.
there's the 8 main games, they've done remakes which have expanded on the story, they've done prequels, side stories, anime,
Right.
you know, not anime, like the computer generated, like CGI type
Oh, sure.
animated movies or
Oh, yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Gotcha.
But this looks real, I mean,
It sounds
conceptually it
promising.
sounds awesome.
Sounds like they got the right director. And
Yeah.
does he
and
write too, or is he just a director?
He is writing it.
Oh, nice.
Also,
Okay.
but he is.
That's what you need for these projects. You need someone who like digs it and
But
what to do.
owns it front to back.
Yeah.
you
this,
know?
Yep.
yeah.
and the studios get the fuck out of his
Right.
way, his way or her way. Yeah.
But the when I was like kind of, because I always like to watch a movie and then go and like look it up on IMDb and stuff like that.
Same.
Like the trivia, stuff like that. I
Yeah.
love doing that.
Yeah.
When this released, it had a 95% approval rating on, again, Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't take as gospel.
Grain of salt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but for a horror movie to get a high rating
Yeah.
like that, it has to be a damn good one.
Right.
Because like no horror movie gets rated that high.
Yeah.
You know,
That
which
should be pretty exceptional to get it.
exactly. And yeah, I know he's not working with Blumhouse, but his like Barbarian has a very Blumhouse feel to it.
Sure.
Like it's very minimalist.
Yeah.
But you don't need anything more than that.
Right.
So I'm excited to see what he can do with the franchise.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's all about your mind's perception of things. So you don't really have to go all out with the CG shit.
And what? Yeah.
Practical.
Feed people visually. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And
right.
you
Practical all the
know,
way.
I think if you at this point, Resident Evil is like 30 years old now. The first one came out in 96.
Yeah. Just about
almost 30, yeah.
I think.
Yep.
So, I mean, if you did a 1-for-1 movie, like they go to the mansion, you know, they go to
Yeah.
the Spencer mansion in the first one, they go to the police department in the second one, people would probably be bored.
Yeah. Which
like,
is
yeah, I
kind of
know.
what they did with the original franchise, right? Sort of.
Not really.
I mean, loosey goosey. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, they were very fast
Yeah,
and loose
'cause-
with it.
So do you think this will be like a original story in that universe, or are they actually going to try to do the game like the characters we know?
It's
and
probably
all that?
so for Resident Evil. There's, like I said, shit tons of lore about it out there, and there's just as many fans as there is lore for Resident Evil. They're probably going to do something to tie it in to it, or have it like be adjacent. You know what I mean?
Like what Fallout did.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Like it's not.
It all exists.
It doesn't take place in like the vault from the first, the third game or New Vegas
Showing
or
you, like,
whatever.
another angle of the whole story.
Exactly. Like it's not going to be Jill Valentine and Chris Redfield, but they'll probably come up, or Umbrella will come up, and hell, if they're going to put Wesker in it, that's not official. Anthony Starr wants that to happen. Will that happen? I don't know.
Right. Can they afford them? Who knows how much unless it's a passion project, maybe he'll take less money.
Honestly, I would say if a actor says, I want to do this role, versus fans being like, we want this actor for that role.
Yeah.
I think you have a little more leeway with that. Like with Mortal Kombat, when they were trying to get Ryan Reynolds to play Johnny Cage.
Oh, yeah.
Like that would have taken the budget from here to here.
Right.
Easily.
Right.
But yeah, I'm glad they went with Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I think it'll work out. I think it will. It looks very promising.
Yeah.
Review some recommendations, Bill. Would you like to talk about Barbarians more? Or did you already cover everything you wanted to talk about?
I will say, like, horror movies are concerned, I probably, other than like Five Nights at Freddy's, I think was the last one I reviewed that was like 5 out of 5 stars. I'd probably give Barbarian pretty close to that.
Nice.
It sucks that I had to watch it on Tubi, because when they have an ad break, it's like 6 or 7 ads.
Like, enough Mr. Clean.
At a time. Yeah, exactly. And enough talking about Zach Nunn. He's an asshole. Can't recommend watching that enough, especially because Bill Skarsgård, amazing in it. Justin Long, he plays a guy who's a complete and utter piece of shit, and he does it really well.
Yeah.
Which is kind of disarming, because Justin Long always plays that guy who's like wholesome.
Yeah, especially Jeepers Creepers, right? Well, was he?
Yeah,
he was wholesome in that sort.
Well, I mean, he was a dickhead, but sibling rivalry kind of thing, you know what I mean? But like, he's that guy you look at him, he's like, oh, he's fucking harmless, but he's like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Tusk. Did you ever see Tusk? I want to see that again, but I think he was a douchebag in that too, wasn't he? That movie's so grotesque.
It's been a while since I've seen that one.
Like it was born out of just Kevin Smith shooting his shit with Scott Mosier. They had a podcast, and they actually play some of it at the end of the film.
Yeah.
But yeah, Justin Long was in that, and when you said he played like an asshole, I was trying to remember if he was in that, because I don't think I'll see it again. I have it. I'll loan it to you.
Yeah, I can't recommend that one enough. Georgina Campbell is like the lead actress in it. She's been in Black Mirror, Bird Box, The Watchers.
Okay. Ooh. I've only seen the first episode of Black Mirror.
Good things. I just haven't watched it.
You have to. That's like our generation's Twilight Zone.
Right. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yeah,
it's really good.
Didn't it start with British television, and now it's Netflix owned, or Netflix has it, or whatever?
Yeah. There's, especially since you guys are Star Trek fans.
I've heard about that episode you're going to talk about.
Yeah. There's a sequel to it now.
Okay, cool.
On season 7.
See, that's shit we can dive into on the Trek show. We got to get in going on that.
Ravex does our theme song and all that. He actually talked about a couple episodes on his latest episode of his podcast.
Okay, cool.
They get some pretty well-known actors and stuff to do their episodes.
Because it's like a one and done type of situation.
And I think that one I was talking about, the like kind of Star Trek kind of one, that's the first one they've done a sequel to. There's a lot of them out there. There's like Paul Giamatti, Aaron Paul, Josh Hartnett was in one of them that I just watched. A lot of great actors in it.
Nice. I got another thing I have to get into.
Yeah, no, I can't recommend that enough.
Awesome.
The Daniel Kaluuya, I think is how you pronounce his last name.
That sounds right.
The guy from Get Out.
Yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's in one of the earlier episodes.
Oh, okay.
Really good one. That would be my recommendation, because I've been catching up on the episodes I haven't seen yet.
Sweet.
And Love, Death, and Robots.
I still haven't seen that.
That's such a good series.
Season 3 now?
Yeah, it's on season 3 now.
So for like TV and movies, Sinners 5 out of 5.
I still have to see that.
Final Destination 4 out of 5. Thunderbolts 4 out of 5.
Nice.
Just a lot of good. Final Destination. If you like Mortal Kombat style kills, you're going to see some creative.
You know what? I don't normally watch trailers for horror movies because it spoils like 90% of the good
It
shit.
does, yeah.
But as a former bartender, in a scene where the glass falls into the ice,
Oh, yeah.
bugs the fucking shit out of me. Burn your goddamn ice.
Yeah.
That would always bug me when somebody would drop glass into my ice.
I'll tell you,
Well,
it's
I'd be like, oh,
it was fun seeing that
fucking-
movie, not having seen any of the other ones,
Yeah.
or not even knowing anything about it.
Yeah.
I went in cold.
Yeah.
You
that
know?
makes me feel good about it too, because I love the series. I love Tony Todd's involvement in it, and the last few I've seen have been just CGI heavy bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see like a fresher.
Yeah,
Take on
I
it.
thought it was good,
Yeah.
but again, like I said, I'd never seen any of the others.
Sure.
You know, but
I threw the second one. Okay, so I didn't see the first one in the theaters back in the day. We started watching the second one that came out in physical media, and kind of was just like, it's kind of starting slow. You should just at least YouTube it. The freeway scene.
yeah,
You'll never anytime you see a log truck, you'll be like, oh fuck.
The freeway scene is good, and
That brought us into it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
now this is interesting. Like, okay, cool.
the scene with the pane of glass.
Yeah.
The
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
holy fuck.
Yeah, they get 3 and 4 are probably the worst of all of them. They're still entertaining.
that's what Terrell was saying.
The third one
I
is
just
that
like the death
is that the one with the roller coaster?
Yeah, third one is, and the guy working out, he gets like sandwiched with the the weights. The
Yeah.
plates. It's like, yeah.
I want to say that one they shot it in 3D.
Yes, I think that one was, and then I think the last one.
The
was,
one with the race at the race.
Yeah, that was the fourth one. Yeah,
I think that was the one
supposed to
that
be
was
the
shot.
final one, and
Yeah.
I remember walking out like, that sucked.
Yeah.
And I know they're not like Shakespeare, but
No, God, but they're excellent popcorn
one and
movies.
2, and the last one I think were pretty. They try to keep it kind of more serious. That's nice to know that you can go into it. I mean, I suspected anyone could go see these and be like, "Oh yeah, I get the gist of
Yeah.
it." They've tried something new with this one. Like, I think they brought something new to the franchise. There's like this lady. I mean, from the trailers, the lady is like figured it out how to live this long. And
Yeah,
has the secrets.
Right. So
Yeah.
she prevented it,
Yeah.
you know, because she had kind of a vision of it and stuff, and so. But as you know, death comes for everybody, right? You know,
Yeah.
So death has worked its ass off to make sure everyone is dead.
Death's pissed.
But she, for years,
Yeah.
was able to stave that off, you
Yeah.
know, and then kind of passes that down to her granddaughter, who
Sure.
has all the info. It was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
I had a good time with it.
Yeah.
It's one of those where I would watch it again, you know, once a year or something.
But how were the effects in this one? They were pretty solid.
I think the effects were solid. I mean, a couple of the kills were like, oh Jesus, you know.
like, oh, that's totally not believable.
I'm
or-
not gonna probably eat
That's
dinner
jelly.
after this.
Oh,
right?
really? Yeah. Okay, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and then there's a couple of them that, yeah, and I don't
As
know.
you can eat now in theaters.
Yeah, I had
Don't
two
get the
favorite.
spaghetti.
I had two favorite kills in it. I
Sure.
openly laughed, and I think I was the only person in the theater.
Really, you're the only person?
Yeah, that openly laughed loud.
seriously? My
At
whole family
one kill.
just-
Yeah,
Died laughing on some of them.
it was a full theater. And we saw it in IMAX.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw the second one in theaters. I laughed my ass off in that movie.
Yeah.
And people were probably looking at me like I was I'm probably on a watch list somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
But
Well, the one that happened, the first thing I did was go, ha! Out loud like a dipshit. Oh, I hate myself.
I think what's so satisfying about those movies is like usually there's at least a few people that are just complete pieces of shit.
Oh yeah. They make
get
them.
their
That's why I
comeuppance.
did it.
Yeah.
It's like the person
Yeah.
that asks for
And
it the
then-
most.
Yeah.
It's the most satisfying.
Everyone's got a
usually
few that are
there's like-
yeah, they're just put in here just
Yeah.
to die horribly. Like I
Yeah.
love it. I'm all for it. Yeah. Yeah.
The first one though, I mean, it's always going to be near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
yeah.
I love that one.
It was fun though. Like I said, I
Oh,
never
it's
saw
good to
the other
know.
ones.
Yeah. Too.
Sinners is just unbelievably acted for starters.
Yeah.
I mean, and then
That's
unbelievably well written, and it was just, you know, I don't know if I blinked
Yeah,
maybe more
sure.
than 2 or 3 times for the whole movie because I was just like, on the edge.
One
of
of
your
those
seat.
ones where you want to finish your snacks before the movie,
A little
so you're
bit.
not like looking down.
Yeah, but I think the first third of the movie, you got some snack time. But I mean, when it picks
it's a build,
up,
right?
It's a build, and
I like
once
when they
it starts
do that.
building,
Don't get right
love it
into
when
it.
there's
Yeah.
a build to it.
use the bathroom before the first third if you have to. Otherwise you're gonna regret it.
If they don't have it, there needs to be like some website you can go to. Like, I think there is when you can take a bathroom break.
Oh, that'd be cool,
'Cause
yeah.
I think when Endgame came out, people were like, all right, tell me when I can go.
Yeah,
Because
these are longer movies now.
Yeah,
And,
I remember sprinting to the bathroom, like anytime I missed like a huge movie I've been dying to see. Yeah, Ryan Coogler, man, that's cool. Did it remind you of? To me, from the trailer, and I've kind of heard like it's don't spoil it, I guess, but it's not. It's more. It's about something more than just the vampires and these people, right? There's something else going on, some other type of message.
There's a lot of messages in this movie,
sweet.
and then like Bill does, I'm a trivia freak on IMDb after the movie, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Because they have a lot of spoiler trivia, and I don't like to do that until after I've seen it.
Yeah.
But when I went to, that's one movie you want to read the trivia for.
Okay. Cool.
It will actually enhance your
Sweet.
experience.
Yeah. Nice.
Once you've read it.
Right.
So do that because it was like, this is way deeper in some spots.
Yeah, kind of like Get Out. Get Out's really deep too. Like,
and I can't recommend that movie enough.
Nice.
So good.
Is it like From Dusk Till Dawn, sort of?
I think it's better, but yeah.
Because they go to this party or whatever, and then shit goes south. Like, I mean, obviously it's not the same type of thing, but there is a huge buildup in that movie. You know, they're killing people, and
I was like that. I can't think of the name of it. It was a vampire movie too, but it was like where they all kidnap this little girl, and then they like.
I wanted to see that and I didn't because the trailer. It looked more fun and entertaining than it did like scary and frightening.
yeah.
Like I want to see how this plays out.
Abigail, the ballerina type of chick. I think that's what you're talking about. I need to see that too. Yeah, that's streaming somewhere. Yeah, she goes, I'm sorry or something, and she's like, oh, for what, honey? It's like you're all about to die,
right?
Yeah,
I know. I was just thinking. I don't know. I saw that in the trailer, and I was like, oh, come on, that looks kind of fun.
It's like
good things about that one.
Like I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me. Kind of thing.
Rorschach, yeah. I think it's Abigail. I think it is.
Yep.
But, God,
I'll have to look that
I gotta
up
make
then.
a list of this shit. I'm just gonna forget.
But yeah, Sinners that was a phenomenal experience.
I definitely
that's great
want
because
to
that's
see
been
that
one I
one.
wanted to see.
Best movie
too.
I've seen all year. I mean,
Any Oscar potential do you see? I mean, I guess
Honestly?
wait, shot maybe or something like that.
I would say cinematography maybe.
Yeah.
And soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music and everything inside of it. I think it won't get it just because of the type of movie it is.
Right.
But the fucking acting
Yeah.
was unreal.
Michael B. Jordan's playing two people.
I can't pick a single person where I'm like, that performance was so. Everything was just elevated.
Yeah.
And
it looks like a rich movie. Like,
it
just
was so
really
great.
crafted
I'm
well.
a big fan of Michael B. Jordan anyway.
Yeah.
Like he's. Man, he can.
Yeah, so Terrell fooled Claire and said I don't know if you know this, but he has a twin brother who's in this movie, Michael C. Jordan. She believed him at first. It was great.
Oh my god,
Like the parents were too.
that's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, that was pretty fun.
That just like went over her head.
Totally.
Oh my
That's
god.
great.
That's hilarious.
That's true.
Hilarious.
And then the
That's
last
good.
recommendation I have is a comic. I've never read Conan the Barbarian stuff. I've seen the movies and stuff or whatever. But I picked a comic. I was just bored, wanted something to read, and wanted something different, So I picked one. It was like a first set of a story, and I couldn't put that thing down.
Yeah.
It was just really well written.
Graphic novel?
Was it
Yeah, it was a graphic. Yeah, it was like a 6 or 7 issue.
It's an
thing,
old
I
one
don't know.
too, right?
Well,
The
this
original?
one I don't think was too much older, but it's written in the style of the original.
Oh, okay.
author.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
Superman the movie.
Kinda.
This new movie. It's kind of like homaging to that.
And this writer, and I can't remember his name. I'll throw it in the chat or something.
Sure.
But he
We'll put it right here.
Yeah, he just I was just really fun to read. I told Jennifer, I'm like, getting the sequels on these, because it was really fun to read. I was glad I did that. Usually I impulse purchase something to read it, and it just but this one was a lot of fun. So if anyone's
and it's
looking for something new to read,
a lot more darker than the Arnold one, I take it.
It is a lot more darker, but it's also just really well written.
Sure.
And it's and I can't remember the name of the story, but in a nutshell, it takes place from Conan time all the way up to like the 1930s, and this one like relic impacts different people in each era.
Oh, cool.
And kind of converges on one story.
Oh, sweet.
It was really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I was
cool.
like, this should be the movie.
Yeah.
Or series.
Yeah, something. It was really cool. But fun read. But that's all I got.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Very cool.
Anything else?
That's all I had for recommendations.
Okay, well, I guess we're into plugs. First off, we will be appearing next week at Des Moines Comic-Con. If you're like a local or if you want to travel far or not too far, join us. We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll have a table.
Maybe Tom Cruise can come out and talk to us.
That would be a miracle,
if he can
wouldn't
see
it?
over the table.
Maybe we'd run past the table.
Right, he might. Yeah.
Who's been biting my shin?
He's like a dog.
It's a body phaeton. Oh,
Like, I'm going to kick your ass. Hey, there's Siri. I got to go.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, we'll be appearing there.
Yeah, we're very much looking forward to it. We've got new shirts that we're gonna be wearing.
Yes, thank you, Bill. Bill designed the shirts.
Yeah. So P&M Apparel, they did phenomenal work on these. Got us all ready to go. Got us all ready to go in a decent amount of time, too, I would say.
Sure.
Located in Polk City. We're probably going to do a few new things at our table this year. We haven't quite decided on that yet, but we're kind of
Still brainstorming.
working out the
We'll get it
details. We got it. We'll also be there, not with Scald Stone Productions, but they will be there as well. And we're going to be collaborating with them, or we're going to be at their event, rather, in September.
Yes. Yep.
At the Too Many Burgers 3.
Extra cheesy.
Extra cheesy? Is that what it is?
Yep, and I think there's
Okay.
another film, too. We'll be premiering at East.
So that'll be good. I missed the last one.
A lot of airplanes on South Side.
Yeah.
I think we should have counted as we...
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool, though, because it's like, is it going to pass us?
That's a fun day.
Yeah, it was. Great burgers. And you can go and get popcorn, too, from the theater.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
really
cool.
Fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. There's a lot of guests out there for Des Moines Con this year. Aunt Lucia's going to be back, so maybe Jonah and I can go do a little interview with him.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be passing out books that you need to go ask him about a follow-up to.
Exactly. Iowa native Brandon Routh is going to be there. Played Superman. Charlie Cox from Daredevil, I think, is going to be out there Saturday only. Yep. I think Vincent D'Onofrio is going to be out there again this year.
I think it's Saturday only for him.
He's Saturday only.
But Ralph extended his for all.
He's going to be there all 3 days. Yep. Me personally, I'm looking forward to meeting Maggie Robertson, my favorite voice actress. There's all kinds of stuff out there. If you're an anime, comic book, entertainment fan, if you're a fan of this podcast, you'll like it. All kinds of panels out there, video gaming.
We'll be doing a raffle.
All kinds of stuff, yeah.
And giving out candy and telling jokes. I don't know about that part, but
yeah.
leave it up to Steve.
Well, then the...
How to make a pizza.
That's right.
So one of the things my mom wanted for Mother's Day was to go see the new Karate Kid movie.
Yes.
And that comes out on the 30th, so we'll be doing kind of a live review of that movie at our table. I did a collaboration with Isaac last year. I'd love to have him do another collaboration with us and maybe talk some wrestling. We'll talk about Hulk Hogan reviving Hooters. See what his thoughts are on it. Very much looking forward to it, and it's gotten here a lot quicker than I thought it would.
I know.
Shit.
I know.
May's almost over.
I know. Time flies.
Also, if you are a fan of our podcast and you're a fan of the Number One Comics podcast that I do with Jonah, you might notice some kick-ass music at the beginning of those podcasts. And that is courtesy of our friend Raven Xavier. If you want to check out his stuff, he is at ravexmusic.bandcamp.com, where you can find all of his songs. He's also on YouTube at Ravex Music. He has a podcast. He has music out there.
A lot of content.
Go check it all out.
Yeah.
It's great.
We need a theme. He's got it for us. He's been happy to give it to us. So.
And he has some amazing takes on his podcasts out there.
Yeah, he does. Field of Geeks, check us out everywhere you podcast. We're on YouTube, fieldofgeeks.com. Email us, fieldofgeeks@gmail.
Send all of your complaints care of Josh.
Yeah.
We're going to put his home address here.
All social media, check us out. We have it all.
They're celebrating 10 years.
10 years, yep.
Yeah, that's
10
crazy.
years next month.
10 years next month.
Yeah.
We just hit, what was our milestone we hit on Podbean not too long ago?
It's 400 episodes.
400
or so?
episodes?
Yeah, yep.
That includes, of course,
all our spin-offs.
Super Unknown,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you guys have really contributed so much and helped it stay alive. So yeah, we offer all kinds of stuff, not just entertainment news podcasts, but yeah, we have commentaries. We talk about some mysteries in the world, Star Trek. We talk about some news on that show, and which we're bringing back very soon.
When is What Are You Watching coming out?
We're getting close.
Are you?
Getting close, people. Yes. My
He's
daughter
been getting
makes
close
theme
for
song.
5 years.
I know.
5
Hey,
fucking
I
The
did
build-up.
hardest part.
years.
I did the hardest part. I did the logo, so that was
5 fucking years.
I know.
I'll tell you what, just so that Ant doesn't get overwhelmed at Des Moines Con, ask Josh when what are we watching is coming out.
Please.
And if you do, you get a free cookie from one of the vendors there, not from me.
Might push one out before. I don't know.
Yeah, push one out.
Probably not. We're talking about
Doug.
the show, right? No. Anyway.
You're talking about this. No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
Yes.
More to come. We're getting there. We're really getting there. Contracts are getting signed. Really,
Legal takes forever.
It's looking up. I'm just, on the same bandwagon that director is who wants to do Resident Evil. So, yeah. We got an idea what we want to do. So
There was an idea.
Yes,
to create a
there was an idea.
podcast where Josh and his wife talk about movies.
she was always tired.
Not tonight, honey. I have a headache.
That's the name of the podcast.
That's a different. No, yeah, not tonight, honey.
Well, with that said, we will be back. We'll be at the con next week, like we said. Lots of content coming your way on the YouTube, not just this show, but yeah, lots more. Number One Comics has dropped. Thunderbolts reviews out there, and if I see anything this weekend, and others do, we'll have another review out. So, fingers crossed. But enjoy your weekend, your long weekend. Hopefully, you have it, and
Yes.
we'll be back. I'm Josh.
I'm Bill.
I'm Steve.
Take care.
Later.